Hey guys, we are running out of snow for my bare feet, so I have to make it work with a t-shirt and little bits of snow. So I wanted to tell a story that somebody helped me remind myself about, and it has to do with wounds and scars and how the past defines us and how it doesn't really have to. So here it goes. When I was a child, when I was 5, I cut my tongue in half in karate, in taekwondo. And there's a little scar there. It was bigger when I was a kid, but the tongue heals pretty quickly. So I'm in karate, I'm in taekwondo, and I come down on my own knee. I actually was on the sensei's knee, and I bit my tongue right in half. And I mean, you can imagine how bloody it was. It was intense. And it was a crazy experience. So there's blood everywhere. I'm crying. I'm 5. My mom comes and picks me up. And anybody that knows me at this point knows that I've had a pretty traumatic childhood. Most of that is attributed to my mother, who I love very dearly. And I'm very grateful for her and for the experiences that she and I shared. So before you think this is like a lynching against my mom, know that it's not. I wouldn't change the past for a second. So I have to breathe. Hang on. It is pretty cold out. So I get home. Bleeding stops. My mom says I'm fine. It'll probably heal by itself. And as I walk around for the rest of the afternoon and the evening with a snake tongue, I keep asking her, why isn't it healing? And it still kind of hurts. And every time I move my mouth or, try to say something, the tongue is kind of splitting a little bit, and then it would bleed a little bit, and then it would stop. And yeah, so she's like, you're going to be fine, go to bed. So I go to sleep, and I wake up to my dad freaking out, wondering why I didn't go to the hospital. Next memory, I'm in the car, and we're driving to the hospital. And she turns to me, and she said, when I was a little girl, they had to stick hot irons up our noses to stop nosebleeds. And I'm like, what? Is that going to happen to me? And she's like, I don't know. She's very confused. Again, it's a really good thing. So that's not even really the half of it. We get to the hospital, and they couldn't put Novocaine in my tongue. I think they were worried that it would go limp and I would swallow it, or it would get fat or whatever. But they wouldn't let me numb my tongue. Hard to concentrate on being warm and speaking at the same time, but I'm giving it my best shot. Okay, so this doctor was a real piece of work, and he's tilting my head back and stitching my tongue. And when I was a kid, even today, I kind of have trouble breathing out of my nose, and I couldn't breathe. So I started choking. All the blood in my mouth, and I'm choking, and spit and blood all over the doctor's scrubs. Doctor starts freaking out. My dad starts freaking out. Next memory is dad's out of the OR or wherever we are, and my mom is now in there. So I got to finish the experience off with my real supporter. Because I think my dad was going to kill the doctor for how he was talking to me. And then I moved on. And I went back to karate after they took the stitches out. And I remember getting them out, and they tickled a lot when they came out. And, that experience could have been... You can see I'm getting cold now. That experience could have been very traumatic. And I think that it was for a long time. And some people think time heals wounds, but if I really focus my attention on there, I can bring the memory back up. I can remember the fear. And I can remember the pain, and I can remember, asking why me, all that kind of stuff. But there's an old quote that says, if you stare into the abyss will begin to stare back. It goes something like that. I think it's Nietzsche or something. Nietzsche, might be. Whatever it is. Whatever you're seeking, you will find it, even if it doesn't exist. So if you're not afraid, but you think hard enough about something that scared you a long time ago, you're going to be afraid. You're going to be scared. You're going to be sad. And the thing about wounds is they tend to heal pretty well by themselves. There's a little intervention that might need to take place. Maybe I say I shouldn't jump like Michael Jordan when I'm trying to ninja kick. And I learned my lesson like that because I used to jump like, and that's why I bit my tongue in half. So that's the treatment, learning a lesson. And then just letting it go at that. Why make it any worse? Why carry that kind of pain and that suffering with me? So I posed the question about how people feel about wounds, and a lot of people think that they need a lot of attention and a lot of treatment. And that's, maybe some do, but it has to be the right kind. I would challenge it, because the more attention you pay to a wound, the more you play with it, the more you look at it, the more you experience that pain over and over and over again. And what we call that is suffering. So why suffer? Well, it definitely helps if you can come full circle. And I'm going to start coming to you guys in gym shorts in the snow. Sorry for all the pausing. So, the thing is that I am truly grateful for those things that happened to me, every single one of them, because of them, I am on a different path. I'm on a path for, greater and richer sense of happiness. Because of them, I lived a lot of my life through rage and very reactionary, very, very emotional. I really didn't have like a grasp on my emotions, and the smarter I got, the worse things got, because everything was a fight and an argument, and I ruined a lot of relationships, and I was quite the catalyst in every situation for getting things to become out of hand. And through all of that, through every bit of it that wasn't good, comes something great. I can handle my emotions much better now. I help people on a regular basis deal with trauma, deal with anxiety, deal with depression, even stress. Even you, someone who's watching this that's like, I'm fine, but I'm just watching Kale walk around in the snow. I know how to make your life happier. And if you want to seek a higher truth, then I'll tell you all about it. Could probably do it in about a half hour or maybe an hour of a conversation. But if you don't, then that's fine. I would be on a similar path if I didn't go through all this stuff. But I'm really grateful that I did, because the life that I live is really rich, and I enjoy it. I enjoy everybody that's in it. And that includes anybody that's watching this right now. I'm grateful, and I value you. I value the pain, and I value the pleasure. And sometimes I just have to remind myself that every single thing that happens to me, it happens for a reason. If I don't see it today, I'm sure I'll figure it out tomorrow. And it's a nice way to live. I'm not trying to push it on anybody. So, thought you guys might like the story. This is definitely longer than most of my videos. So, if you watched it, congratulations. Peace.